Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani.
37 seconds. That's all it took for a political grenade to explode across Kenya's digital space. A short video clip, blunt, fearless and unapologetic, shows George Natembeya staring straight into the camera and delivering a message aimed directly at President William Ruto. Not a polite critique, not a diplomatic suggestion, a warning.
Aka hapa Sugoi aone uongozi wa taifa unakaa namna gani.
In simple terms, after 5 years, Ruto should go back to Sugoi and stop threatening Kenyans. Within minutes, the clip exploded across X, WhatsApp groups and political circles because this wasn't just another critic speaking. This was a Rift Valley leader challenging the president from inside territory long considered politically loyal. And suddenly, the question spreading across Kenya is simple. Is this the beginning of a bigger political revolt?
Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani. Aka hapa Sugoi aone uongozi wa taifa unakaa namna gani.
The clip itself is short, just 37 seconds, but the message is heavy. Standing before supporters, Natembeya delivers a calm but sharp rebuke. He says the president's 5 years will end, and when they do, he should return to his rural home in Sugoi and stop intimidating critics. In Kenyan political language, the phrase carries weight.
Mambo ya matusi ikwishe, mambo ya ukora ikwishe, mambo ya ushuru ikwishe, mambo ya program kama shisho shui yende. Watu wakuwe na programs ambazo siko sawa sawa. Ama namna gani? Na wacha kutisha watu bwana. Hii Kenya hakuna mtu anaomba ruhusa kuja kukaa hapa Kenya. Sisi wote tuko na haki ya kuwa hapa Kenya na tutaongea vile tunataka. Hata watu wa EACC ni
the narrative of a leader who rose from selling chickens by the roadside to occupying State House. So telling the president to go back to Sugoi's political shorthand. It means your time is temporary. Pack your bags. To understand why this moment matters, you must understand the man behind the statement. George Natembeya is not a typical opposition firebrand. Before politics, he was one of the most powerful administrators in Kenya's provincial security structure. As Rift Valley Regional Commissioner, oversaw security operations across a vast region, including areas considered politically sensitive. He built a reputation for strict enforcement and blunt public messaging. Some admired his toughness, others criticized his style, but almost everyone agreed on one thing: Natembeya does not fear confrontation. In 2022, he resigned from government services and ran for governor in Nzoia County. He won decisively, and since taking office, he has carefully crafted a political identity built around bold speech and regional influence. This isn't even the first time Natembeya has taken aim at the president. Recently, he made another comment that stirred national debate. He said God gave President William Ruto 5 years in power so that it could be a lesson to us. In Kenyan politics, invoking divine timing is not accidental. Religion is deeply intertwined with public life, so framing the presidency as a temporary lesson rather than a lasting mandate carried a powerful symbolic jab. It suggested the current administration might represent a political experiment, one the country will eventually move beyond. Kenyan politics has always been loud. Criticism of presidents is not new, but Natembeya's statement hits differently.
Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani.
From 3 key reasons. First, geography. The Rift Valley has long been seen as a political backyard of President William Ruto. When criticism comes from the region, it attracts immediate attention. Second, tone. This wasn't coded language. It was direct, clear, and impossible to misinterpret. Third, timing. The country is slowly entering the early stages of political maneuvering toward the 2027 elections, and conversations about leadership succession are already beginning quietly in political circles. Natembeya's remarks suddenly pushed those conversations into the open.
Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani. Aka hapa Sugoi aone uongozi wa taifa unakaa namna gani.
Another line from the governor's statement that has triggered heated debate. Quote, awache kutusi watu, tutaongea vile tunataka. End of quote.
Na wacha kutisha watu bwana. Hii Kenya hakuna mtu anaomba ruhusa kuja kukaa hapa Kenya. Sisi wote tuko na haki ya kuwa hapa Kenya na tutaongea vile tunataka. Hata watu wa EACC yao ni
The statement directly touches a sensitive national issue, political expression. Some critics of the government claim state institutions are increasingly used to intimidate dissenting voices. Supporters of the administration reject that accusation, but Natembeya's framing taps into a wider conversation among Kenyans about democratic space and public debate. And by saying it openly, he positioned himself as a defender of outspoken criticism. Once the clip hit social media, it spread like wildfire. Political WhatsApp groups lit up. Commentators began analyzing every word. Supporters praised Natembeya as a fearless leader. Critics accused him of grandstanding, but almost everyone agreed on one point: the governor had successfully captured the national conversation, and in modern politics, controlling the conversation often means controlling momentum.
Tano peke yake. Tumeelewana? Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani. Akaa hapa Sugoi aone uongozi wa taifa unakaa namna gani. Mambo ya matusi ikwishe, mambo ya ukora ikwishe, mambo ya ushuru ikwishe, mambo ya program kama shisho shui iende. Watu wakuwe na programs ambao siko sawa sawa. Ama namna gani?
The governor has already ruled out running for president in 2027. Instead, he says he will defend his seat as governor, but political observers are watching closely because influence in Kenyan politics doesn't always require a presidential campaign. Sometimes influence comes from shaping narratives, from energizing voters, from giving language to public frustrations, and Natembeya's rhetoric appears to be doing exactly that. There is also a broader message in this moment. When a leader from within a region historically aligned with the president begins speaking openly against the government, analysts start asking deeper questions. Is this isolated dissent or the early sign of shifting alliances? Kenyan political history shows that regional loyalty can change rapidly when national moods shift. And with economic pressures, taxation debates, and youth frustration dominating conversations across the country, political tensions remain high.
Baada ya miaka mitano, Ruto anaenda wapi? Nyumbani.
Nimesikia jana kwa kiburi wananijibu.
For now, the video remains just 37 seconds, but sometimes political moments are defined not by length, but by impact. A single statement, a single challenge, a single moment that forces the country to pause and ask, where is the political wind blowing next? Governor Natembeya has drawn a clear line. President William Ruto has yet to respond. And as Kenya slowly moves toward the next election cycle, one thing is clear: the political temperature is rising and the country is watching closely. What do you think? Drop your comment. Newsroom, Maisha TV, Mesh Msembi.